Church of God. Never quite know where it's going to go, and this is creatively different. We do know about the view, we know about the real, and it's comparative to that, except this is church. And Sister Arlene Hall said that this is church, we are the church. And so being able to open up a platform and have a conversation with, of course, experts in different areas, and open up the floor for people to ask questions allows us to really be connected as a community. And that's something that sometimes is lacking within the church body. We get very busy, we are doing a lot, we are participating in our respective areas of ministry, and then there's that moment where you feel kind of isolated. That was also something that was discussed. You feel like you can't relate to somebody, or you have to keep what's going on within you alone because it's not something that's worth sharing. We gonna get a little caught up in churchifying. That's also what was discussed over church and under church. There's so much. And so if you have the opportunity, I'm hoping that someone could purchase the video outside of just being here at the conference. Like, you can call in COGIO and find out if you would like, or you could go to the website and get connected to somebody. But if you can, even for the segment alone, it was a great weekend thus far, but if it's for the segment alone, I encourage you to purchase it, because there's some chains that were broken and some deliverance in a different aspect. You just sometimes have to sit and digest and have an open, real, transparent conversation, which is exactly what they provided. You know, there's so much people who had questions or areas or things they want to open up, but time did not permit. So I'm hoping that people will either inbox questions or send out feedback, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. Be like a Proverbs 31 woman, and you got to be, I see her as the unattainable sometimes, because she seems so perfect and doing so much, and like, when does she sleep if she's doing all this stuff when everybody else is sleeping, and she's bringing in money and she's doing all, like, it seems like, man, I don't want to be this person because it's overwhelming, like. And so I just need somebody to either give an encouragement or maybe some steps that they utilize in their own life in their early marriage years, and having small children, and managing a teenager who's going through a total different area of life that I have to be so focused on because things change so quickly. And I'm dealing with a baby going into being a toddler and moving around. So those are focuses of two different areas of my life that require attention. And then I have a husband in whom I love that I gotta be there for, and we gotta grow and not kind of lose connection towards each other and the growth and the vision that we have. And he loves ministry as well. Like, so he's growing in that capacity. And so wherever God's calling us, it's like, it seems like we have to make sure our house is in order, and certain things that I would rather be in a better place are not there. And I'm not trying to compete with anybody else, but I just want to know, when do you get to rest? Like, how do you manage this? When are the right times to say no? Like, what do you do in this season? And also, I think this is a question I have more so for Sister Nicole Salmon. You spoke about discipleship, and I think that it is essential, cornerstone to the faith. And without it, I really don't understand growth really reaching its potential, because discipleship allows you to walk through the practices that are needed, and the accountability and the discipline, all those things were discussed. But I ask, in a time like this, when I look back biblically and I saw that the disciples lived, breathed Jesus, like they were with him at all times, they lived together, and that was something common within that culture and that time. And now we are in our century and time with the bombardment of media and instant communication and publicizing the private parts of your life, and busy, instant, like, I should see results now. I don't want to wait. I don't want, like, these are things that are competing with us. And I guess I would be the generation that is impacted by this instant part, but more so the children coming up under me who are further impacted. And how does discipleship look to you? at a time like this? Is it the same model and system of just living and breathing with that same person? So moving into somebody's home and that is your leader and you see them every single night and you talk to them every single moment? Or is there a way to use social media or other aspects like that? What do we do? What does discipleship look like today with true investment and time? Managing with all the other stuff that we have to do. What does that look like, Sister Nicole Salmon? Let me know, because you're a mentor. So what does discipleship in our day and age look like? And I guess one more question that I have, and this is directed to Sister Colleen Blake. There's one thing that I picked up that you said. You're talking about attractiveness and being a light that shines, like that fire that is attractive, and being able to connect with people. And would they really see you and see Jesus, or see you and say, I want to be like this person? But something said in between there that was small. You said, I'm a people pleaser. I struggle with that. And I struggle with people pleasing too. So I heard it. And I really wonder, how do you walk that out? How do you not get caught up? How do you check yourself to know if you're people pleasing or doing it effectively, the way that it's supposed to be done? We are at, as I said, the convention. There's ladies inside, so there may be some noise, but I just want to know, like, that vulnerability of knowing that you are not supposed to people please, but you get caught up in it. Can you walk me through that and how you correct that area or manage it? I don't know what would be the correct terminology for it, but how do you deal with not falling into a people-pleasing area of your life? Because you have so much things. You have a lot of children, you're married, you're a professional, and those are all things that draw you in different directions that require pleasing. So let me know, because I think I really need, I think I need an answer. And so again, sister, or first lady, which you're my mother, but you're my sister in Christ, but you're definitely my mother. I am so grateful that you were obedient to God's vision, and like the fact that he had given you something that's different and you ran with it, and it didn't, maybe everybody wasn't on board, but no one else has to be on board. Like, as long as you're on board and God's on board, you go forward, and the board will just keep growing. And I'm pretty sure people were. I'm pretty sure everyone grabbed a hold of it, or the majority of people grabbed a hold of it, because this was amazing and inspiring.